You're listening to Veronica by Elizabeth Whitehead Jennings.
Chapter 1. Shadows and Dreams. Part 1. Innocence Lost. Veronica Marie Carter had always been a girl full of dreams. When she was 6, she scribbled in a small, tattered notebook, "When I grow up, I want to help people." Her handwriting was shaky but determined, just like her spirit. Her favorite color was yellow, warm, hopeful, and full of promise. She imagined herself becoming a doctor, maybe a pediatrician, changing the world one patient at a time. But even at 14, Veronica was beginning to understand that dreams were fragile. They could bend, tear, or vanish before they had a chance to grow. She lived in South Marrow, a crumbling patch of Twin Hollow County, Virginia, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. The land here was beautiful but burdened, coated in pine sap, rust, and the weight of too many unsaid things. In South Marrow, homes leaned like tired people. Lawns were mostly dirt and weeds. Children played in empty lots. Everyone knew everyone's business, and nobody talked about it. But drive just 5 miles north, and you'd find yourself in a different world. Glen Ridge, where money bloomed like azaleas in spring. Gated driveways, polished glass, private schools, curated reputations. There, people lived in mansions that seemed built for magazine covers. Perfect on the outside, locked tight on the inside. Jeffrey Bennett, her best friend, lived there, in the Glenvale Hills district, in a sprawling stone house with his older brother Thomas and their aunt, Eleanor. Veronica had only been to the mansion once. The driveway alone was longer than her street. That was the contradiction of Twin Hollow County. 2 towns pressed up against each other like neighbors who never spoke, one drowning in struggle, the other buried in silence. And Veronica? She had learned early which side she belonged to. Her childhood was stitched together from uneven threads, some bright, some unraveling. Her father had died in the line of duty as a Marine when she was just 2. She had no real memories of him, only the stories her mother, Christina, would tell. How kind he was, how funny, how he once taught a stray dog to shake paws. Veronica clung to those stories like heirlooms. She pictured a hero with soft eyes and steady hands who would have made pancakes shaped like dinosaurs and told her the truth about the world without letting it crush her. But Christina was harder to hold on to. To the outside world she was functional, employed at the South Marrow Dental Clinic, bills paid, barely, clothes clean, usually. But inside their small single-family home, Veronica saw what others didn't. The wine bottles hidden behind the oatmeal, the red-rimmed eyes, the slurred apologies. Her mother was high-functioning in the way a house can stand, even when the foundation is cracked. Veronica remembered the nights when Christina would stagger into her room, smelling of cheap Cabernet, her voice shaking. "You're my good girl, my saving grace." Veronica would hold her stuffed rabbit tight and whisper, "I'll be strong for us. I'll be the good girl she needs." It was something she had learned to say before she fully understood what it meant. That September afternoon, Veronica sat alone on the porch swing. The rusted chains creaked as she moved, her bare feet resting on the peeling paint. In the distance, the Blue Ridge Mountains stood like old gods, silent and unmoving. The sun was beginning to drop behind the ridgeline. Somewhere a screen door slammed. A car drove past with its windows down, music too loud. Inside, her bedroom held her favorite image, a poster of a young woman in a white coat, standing tall and smiling. "You can do anything," it read. She believed that. She had to. With her journal in her lap, Veronica wrote, "I'll go to college. I'll get out of here. I'll be somebody." But at night, when Christina passed out on the couch and the house fell still, those words felt like promises whispered into a storm. That evening, under moonlight and wrapped in a quilt, Veronica wrote slowly, "Almost 15, almost free." She whispered to the stars, "I'll go to college. I'll get out of here. I'll be somebody." Then came the crash. A loud clatter from downstairs. Her breath caught. "Veronica, come down here. I need you." Her mother's voice, slurred, fragile. Veronica slid from bed and padded barefoot down the hall. The floor was cool and splintered. In the kitchen, Christina was slumped at the table, mascara smudged, a wine bottle tipped over beside her. But she didn't look angry tonight. She looked lost. "Mom?" Christina blinked slowly. "Rania," she whispered. "Come here, I've got something for you." From her coat pocket, she pulled a crumpled envelope. Her hands trembled. "Take this. You're gonna need it someday." Inside, Veronica found a folded sheet of yellowed paper and a cold, weighty object, her father's Silver Star medal. The paper was a love poem, handwritten, addressed to Christina from overseas. Later, after tucking her mother into bed, Veronica sat back on the porch swing. The night air was crisp, tinged with pine. The moon hung low over South Marrow's rooftops. Her phone buzzed. Jeffrey. Of course. He always knew. "Hey, Ronnie," he said. "You okay?" She stared out into the dark. "Just thinking." "About?" "My mom gave me one of Dad's medals. She was crying again. I don't know, I mean, I miss him too, but I didn't even know him. I feel like I should be the one falling apart. Maybe it's because I look like him. Maybe she sees him when she looks at me and just can't move on." There was a pause. "You're stronger than most people I know," Jeffrey said. "Whatever happens, we'll figure it out. Together." In the background, Eleanor's voice sliced through. "Jeffrey, it's late. You can't stay up all night talking to your girlfriend. You'll see her tomorrow." Veronica flinched. That word always came sharp when Eleanor used it. Jeffrey didn't miss a beat. "Actually, we're not a couple." They both spoke at once, again, always. "I like boys," Jeffrey said firmly. "How much clearer can I make it?" Eleanor's voice snapped. "Jeffrey, just..." "Sorry," he said, cutting her off with cool calm. "We're not a couple. Ronnie's my best friend. We have a lot in common, like theater. That's all our relationship is. That's all it ever can be. Because I am gay." Ronnie added, "We're just friends, Miss Bennett. Just close theater geek friends." Eleanor's footsteps retreated, and her voice faded. Too late for this nonsense. She's never going to accept it. "I know," Jeffrey said, quieter now. I wish she'd be different, like Thomas. He actually stood up for me the other day. He punched Robert Jacobs at Starbucks because he wrote fag instead of my name on the cup." "Yeah, I heard about that," Veronica said, voice cautious. "Robert goes to my school. The way he tells it, your brother almost broke his nose, just because he misspelled your name." "It wasn't a mistake," Jeffrey snapped. "He's been making comments for weeks. Thomas wouldn't have hit him unless he deserved it." "Okay, I believe you," Veronica said gently. "Just the way people talk about it, it sounds like Thomas didn't even get in trouble." "He didn't," Jeffrey said simply. "He talked to the manager and smoothed it over. He always does." Veronica shifted. The pride in his voice made her uneasy. She changed the subject. "The thing is, your Aunt Eleanor's never going to accept your sexuality. She still thinks it's a choice." Jeffrey didn't hesitate. "It's not. It's who I am. I'll tell her as many times as I need to. Or maybe I should just show her." He paused, then added with dry sarcasm, "Maybe if I French kissed Raoul, the pool boy, right in front of her, she'd finally get it." Veronica laughed. "No, she'd just arch those overly manicured eyebrows and mutter something about your mother." Jeffrey groaned. "As if my deceased mother's modeling career could have actually made me gay. You and I both know how stupid that is, but Eleanor? She believes all kinds of ridiculous things." "You're dreaming," she teased. "Raoul is hot, but I'm pretty sure he's not gay." "I have no idea," Jeffrey said, voice lighter now. "But it's fun to think about. Inside, a creek." "I should go," Veronica said. "If she wakes up again?" "I've got your back, Ronnie, always. Theater geeks stick together." She looked up at the stars. Her hands trembled slightly. "Thanks, Jeff. Just hearing you. It helps." There was a long pause. Night sounds returned. Crickets, distant cars, rustling leaves. Then Jeffrey's voice again, softer now. Whatever happens, I'll always be here. To listen, to help, no matter what. She ended the call before her voice broke. Cradling her phone against her chest, she stared out across South Marrow's rooftops. The Silver Star medal lay in her lap, catching faint moonlight. Not just a memory, maybe a reason.